radio friends, on this Friday the 13th. This is March the 13th. I hope you're not superstitious. This is our second one in a month now. We had February, Friday the 13th, and now March, Friday the 13th. And Kit Freudenberg is with us today. Good to have you here.
Thank you so much.
Kit
I'm glad to be here.
I was rehearsing your name 5 minutes before we came on here, so I wouldn't mess it up. But you're from the National Churchill Memorial, and you were telling me some of the events that you have coming up, and you're really proud of it.
Well, we have got so much that's happening. Besides the main exhibit, we have 4 to 5 changing exhibits every year. And to celebrate the 70th anniversary of victory in Europe, we are having an exhibit that is called We March Together, which is about the relationship between the United States and England during the war. Things that were accomplished together, joining of the forces, and we're using our own collections to interpret this time of great dire, and it's going to be wonderful. It's going to be wonderful.
When will this happen?
It'll open April 6th.
Okay.
And
so a little bit less than a month from now.
Yes. And it's always very exciting to see the old exhibit being taken down, a photograph exhibit of Churchill, and this new one coming in. Changing all of the photographs, the artifacts. It's going to be wonderful.
So it opens in early April, and how long will it be?
It'll run through the middle of September. So it'll be all
it'll
through
be
the
a
summer.
long time. Right.
All through the summer.
Right. So there's no excuse why somebody can't get there
Absolutely.
To see it. What else have you got going on?
Then in May 16th, the Friends of the Museum are having its annual fundraiser. It's a fashion show and luncheon. They're at Westminster College.
Okay.
We certainly hope people come and support the Friends as they support us.
So if people want to come to this event, how do they get tickets?
They can give us a call, 573-592-5234. 592-5234.
5234.
Yes.
Okay. And the tickets are how much?
$25 per person.
And this all goes to the Friends of the Churchill Memorial.
Yes, and they have just completed raising money for the tuck pointing that needs repair on the church itself. This is a 17th century Christopher Wren who built St. Paul's Cathedral. It was brought over here in 1965 to commemorate the Iron Curtain speech, and it's a church from the 1700s.
It needs a little bit of work.
Needs a little bit of work. It was blitzed during World War II, brought here, put together, and the winters are getting to it, so we need some work.
It is a treasure.
It is
and not
truly
just a national
treasure.
treasure, it is a world treasure.
It's beautiful.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
Okay. So I want to thank you for coming by today, and if you want to support the event in May, this is a fashion show.
Fashion show and luncheon is May 16th, Saturday, May 16th.
You can get tickets by calling 573-592-5234 for the National Churchill Museum.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Kit Freudenberg, thank you so much for coming by. It's a pleasure meeting you today.
Nice to meet you, too.
Okay. Now I turn to an old friend of mine, Tom Andy.
How are you?
Fine, Tom. And you brought along somebody.
Stephen Brotebeck from New York City.
Good to have you here,
Pleasure
Stephen.
to meet you. Thanks.
So you flew all the way in from New York City
just to do your show.
Just to be here with us today.
I did, just for today.
Thank you.
I do this on Friday the 13th.
It's good to have you. But Tom, you're here to tell us about a production that you wrote.
I wrote this entire musical. I wrote the book and the lyrics and all the music.
It's called Colorblind, and it's at Stevens College.
Stevens at the Warehouse Theater, yes.
When?
Starts tonight, March 13th, 14th, and 15th. Okay. So it runs Friday, Saturday, and Sunday matinee.
Yeah, so Stephen, how do you fit into this?
Well, Gail, who is the new dean of the Performing Arts.
Yeah, she was on here a couple months ago.
On your show. Yeah, I actually saw it online while I was in New York.
Oh, good.
She and I are good friends, and she's brought me in to be the guest director for this show. And I've just had a wonderful time working with these really talented students at Stevens, and also working on this brand new musical with Tom.
So tell me about the musical.
Tom, do you want to sort of take us through?
Well, it's a kind of a dark story. It's not The Sound of Music. It's got modern music in it.
It's not The Sound of Music.
The
Rocky Horror
Picture
Show.
No, it's kind of dark. It deals with some subjects like alcoholism and drug abuse.
Okay.
And but these people fight to overcome alcoholism and recapture their creative instincts.
So how were you inspired to write this?
Actually, I was hanging with a bunch of theater people, and a guy asked me, what I would do if I lost my hearing. And I started thinking about that. So my story is about an artist, a visual artist who loses his sight. So that was kind of the inspiration, though, that one little click, and then I wrote this entire music. I've been working on it for 4 years.
Really?
So yeah.
How many musical numbers were in there?
There are 17.
Okay.
17 musical numbers, and then it runs, how long do you think? 2 hours?
Just about 2 hours, yeah.
Yeah. Was this a difficult production to direct?
It's actually been great collaborating with Tom, and what he's been so great about is taking my outside opinion on sort of things that I've seen in the writing of the show, because I've developed quite a few new musicals in New York, and we've made some changes. There's some new songs, there's some new dialogue, so it's actually been an amazing experience working with Tom.
So he came in the first day and said, I think we're going to need a new song here. Can you write it? So I wrote it.
So what did you think? I mean, here's your
my life,
right.
your baby,
right.
yeah.
your child, and he comes in and he says, "We need something new here."
Well, you need a fresh set of eyes on it, because I get so set in it that it's hard for me to change. It's hard for me to even see it change, because that's what it is. So when somebody puts a new set of eyes on it, and then. And if they're intelligent and intuitive like Stephen is, then you trust them, or else you don't. But I did.
Was it the right decision?
I believe, yeah.
Okay. So it's colorblind, and it opens tonight?
Yes.
And it runs how many evenings?
Three performances. Tonight, Friday at 7:30, tomorrow at 7:30, and Sunday, 2 o'clock matinee.
Okay. Then what happens after the third performance?
Then
is it going anywhere?
Stephen goes away.
And hopefully, I advertise it in New York and see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I might farm it out to. I have some friends in Kansas City in the theater and some friends in Chicago in the theater. So depending on how well we develop it, we've been doing staged readings of it. Where they just read the script.
Right.
But so then every time I learn something, and I've rewritten it, 4 times.
Okay.
And this is the ultimate experience to really learn what it's like on its feet to see it staged with.
This is a
with
full
the set.
production with sets and costumes.
So how
and
are you going to feel tonight, Tom, when you sit? Are you going to sit in the audience and watch it?
No, I'm going to actually. I'm musical directing.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You got to have a
I'll
good
be crying
feeling.
my eyes out. Well, if they don't clap, I'll be crying. If they do clap, I will be crying too. So,
right. Yeah. I'm sure they will clap. I wish you the very best on it, okay? So it is tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday at Stevens College. Thank you so much for coming by.
Thanks for having us.
Pleasure seeing you again.
Thanks a lot.
And
Pleasure to meet you.
Good meeting you too, and go back and say nice things about us in New York.
I sure will.
Okay. We're out of time for today. Tomorrow, League of Women Voters and MU Healthcare. If you'd like to hear something or see something on here, I'd love to hear from you. Drop me an email, pepperp@missouri.edu. Bye-bye.